જોશે તો પછી જય શ્રીલા પ્રભુપાદ કી જય. जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा श्रीला प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद श्री गुरु चरणा पद्मा केवल भक्ति सद्मा श्री गुरु चरणा पद्मा केवल भक्ति सद्मा बंधु मोहि सावधाना माते बंध मोहि सावधाना बंध मोहि सावधाना माते बंध मोहि सावधाना जहर प्रसादे भाई ए भवतोरिया जा जहर प्रसादे भाई ए भवतोरिया कृष्ण प्राप्ति हो जहाँ होते कृष्ण प्राप्ति हो जा कृष्ण प्राप्ति हो जहाँ होते कृष्ण प्राप्ति हो जहाँ गुरु मुखा पद्मा वाक्या चित कोरिया क्या गुरु मुखा पद्मा वाक्या चित कोरिया हर ना करियो माने आशा हर ना करियो माने हर ना करियो माने आशा हर ना करियो माने श्री गुरु चरणे रति ऐसे युतामा गति श्री गुरु चरणे रति ऐसे युतामा जे प्रसाद पूरे सर्व आशा जे प्रसाद पूरे सर्व जे प्रसाद पूरे सर्व आशा जे प्रसाद पूरे सर्व आशा चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से चक्षुदान दिलो चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से चक्षुदान दिलो जय में जन्म दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित प्रेमा भक्ति जहाँ होते अविजा विनश्यति प्रेमा भक्ति जहाँ होते प्रेमा भक्ति जहाँ होते अविजा विनश्यति प्रेमा भक्ति जहाँ होते वेद गाय जहाँ रचरितो वेद गाय जहाँ रचरितो वेद गाय जहाँ रचरितो वेद गाय जहाँ रचरितो श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनर बंधु श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनर बंधु श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु लोकनाथ लोके राजीवाना लोकनाथ लोके राजीवाना लोकनाथ लोके राजीवाना लोकनाथ लोके आह प्रभु करो दया देहो मोरे पाद छाया आह प्रभु करो दया देहो मोरे पाद आह प्रभु करो दया देहो मोरे पद छाया आह प्रभु करो दया देहो मोरे हे बेयास दुष्त्रिभुवाना हे बेयास दुष्त्रिभुवाना हे बेयास दुष्त्रिभुवाना हे बेयास दुष्त्रिभुवाना जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा श्रील प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद श्री गुरु च नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमः विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशता जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram Ram Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Anita Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद His Divine Grace अभय चरणार वृंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रीला प्रभुपाद की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, नामाचार्य श्रीला हरिदास ठाकुर की, प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की, श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड श्री गिरि गोवर्धन की, श्री वृंदावन धाम की, श्री नवदीप मायापुर धाम की, पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, गंगा माई की, जमुना माई की, भक्ति देवी की, तुलसी महारानी की, कलियुग पावन श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, बृहत मृदंग ट्रांसीडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की, ट्रांसीडेंटल प्रसादम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Translation of Guru Puja. The lotus feet of our spiritual master are the only way by which we can attain pure devotional service. I bow down to his lotus feet with great awe and reverence. By his grace one can cross the ocean of material suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. My only wish is to have my consciousness purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. Attachment to his lotus feet is the perfection that fulfills all desires. He opens my darkened eyes and fills my heart with transcendental knowledge. He is my Lord, birth after birth. From him, ecstatic prema emanates. By him, ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor, and the Lord and master of the devotees. O Master, be merciful unto me. Give me the shade of your lotus feet. Your fame is spread all over the three worlds. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. So I welcome you all to our Sunday Feast program. You must have all noticed we had a big heat wave last few days, and now it's getting a little cool. Yeah, so we are much better now. So today we are going to speak on a topic called Mission Impossible. Have you heard this word before? You must have seen the movie Mission Impossible. There are many versions are there. So today we are going to talk about this Mission Impossible. Who is one of the real hero who did this Mission Impossible successful? Mission Impossible possible. We're going to talk about that. So please stay with us. We're going to chant little prayers, which is there on the screen here. And if you want to follow these prayers, sit here, Ian. If you want to, you can follow it from there. Yeah. Feel free. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन जमुना तीरा वनचारी जमुना तीरा जमुना तीरा वनचारी जमुना तीरा जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। So we'll continue our reading from Bhagavad Gita. We are reading from chapter 3 and today we'll be reading the verse 10. So if you can get 3:10 Shinu on the screen please. Yeah, we'll start with the Mangalacharan. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। So reading from chapter 3 verse 10 of Bhagavad Gita. This verse is in Sanskrit, so I'll read one word at a time, then we can do the whole line. Repeat after me. Saha Yagna Prajaha Srishtva Sahayagya Praja Srishtva Purovacha Prajapati Purovacha Prajapati Anena Prasavi Ashadvamesha. I know it's a tongue twister. Anena Prasavi Shvadvamesha. Well done. Esha vo stva istakamadug. Esha vo stva istakamadug. Sahayagya praja srishtva Purovacha Prajapati Anena Prasavishwadvam Esha Vostvi Istakamadhu Sahayagya Praja Srishtva Purovacha Prajapati Anena Prasavishwadvam Esha Vostvi Istakamadhu Sahayagya Praja Srishtva Purovacha Prajapati Anena Prasavishwadvam Esha Vostvi Istakamadhu. Anybody would like to read the translation? Any daring person? Sahayagna Praja Srishtva Purovacha Prajapati Anena Prasavishwadvam Esha vo stva istakamaduk. Sahayagna praja srishtva Purovacha Prajapati Anena Prasavishwadvam Esha Vostvishtakamadu. Sahayagna praja srishtva Purovacha Prajapati Anena Prasavishwadvam Esha Vostva Ishtakamadu. Thank you so much, Mataji. You're a brave lady. Any brave other lady or man? Sapyagna praja srishtva Purovacha Prajapati Anena prasavishwadvam Esho vastva ishtakamadu. Thank you, Mataji. Any tearing? Girls, you want to go? No? Okay. Let's understand what we have just read word by word. Saha, along with, yagna, sacrifices, prajaha, generations, srishtva, creating, pura, anciently, uvacha, said, prajapatihi, the Lord of creatures, anena, by this, prashavishwadvam, be more and more prosperous. Esha, this, vaha, your, astu, let it be, ista, of all desirable things, kamaduk, bestower. The translation of this verse is, in the beginning of creation, the Lord of all creatures sent forth generations of men and demigods, along with sacrifices for Vishnu, and blessed them by saying, be thou happy by this yagna, which is sacrifice, because its performance will bestow upon you everything desirable for living happily and achieving liberation. Please repeat after me. In the beginning of creation, the Lord of all creatures sent forth generations of men and demigods, along with sacrifices for Vishnu, and blessed them by saying, be thou happy by this sacrifice, because its performance will bestow upon you everything desirable for living happily and achieving liberation. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The material creation by the Lord of creatures, Vishnu, is a chance offered to the conditioned souls to come back home, back to Godhead. All living entities within the material creation are conditioned by material nature because of their forgetfulness of their relationship to Vishnu or Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Vedic principles are to help us understand this eternal relation, as it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Vedescha sarver ahameva vedya. The Lord says that the purpose of the Vedas is to understand Him. In the Vedic hymns it is said, Patim Vishwatmameshwaram. Therefore, the Lord of the living entities is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu. In the Srimad Bhagavatam also, Srila Shukdev Goswami describes the Lord as Pati in so many ways. The Prajapati is Lord Vishnu, and he is the Lord of all living creatures, all worlds and all beauties, and the protector of everyone. The Lord created this material world to enable the conditioned souls to learn how to perform yajnas, sacrifices, for the satisfaction of Vishnu, so that while in the material world they can live very comfortably, without anxiety, and after finishing the present material body, they can enter into the kingdom of God. That is the whole program for the conditioned soul. By performance of yajna, the conditioned souls gradually become Krishna conscious and become godly in all respects. The age of Kali, the Sangeetan Yajna, the chanting of the names of God, is recommended by the Vedic scriptures. And this transcendental system was introduced by Lord Chaitanya for the deliverance of all men in this age. Sankirtan Yajna and Krishna consciousness go well together. Lord Krishna, in his devotional form as Lord Chaitanya, is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam as follows, with special reference to the Sankirtan Yajna. Krishna Varnam Tisa Krishnam Sangopangar Straparshadam Yagnai Sankirtina Praye Yajantihi Sumedasha. In this age of Kali, people who are endowed with sufficient intelligence will worship the Lord, who is accompanied by his associates by performance of Sankirtan Yajna. Other yajnas prescribed in the Vedic literature are not easy to perform in this age of Kali. But the Sankirtan Yajna is easy and sublime for all purposes, as recommended in the Bhagavad Gita also. Hare Krishna. Om Agyantimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Hare Krishna. So translation of today's verse is, in the beginning of creation, the Lord of all creatures sent forth generations of men and demigods, along with sacrifices for Vishnu, and blessed them by saying, be thou happy by this yajna, because its performance will bestow upon you everything desirable for living happily and achieving liberation. So we are reading from this third chapter of Bhagavad Gita. This chapter is titled Karma Yoga. Basically, this chapter, Krishna explains how we can live in this world in harmony. How we can, while living in this world, Krishna earlier explained, you have to act. Even if you just breathe, it's an action. And every action has some reaction. So how to live in this world so our actions are in harmony with people around us, with the environment, with the planet, with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in this particular verse, Krishna is explaining, now one word will very much appeal to all of us. It says that this sacrifice, once it is performed, will bestow upon you everything desirable for living happily and achieving liberation. How many of us are desiring favorable things to live happily in this world? How many of us are? 100%? We all want desirable things and to live in this world happily. But it says here, and it also gives achieving liberation. So if you perform sacrifices, it will make you achieve anything and everything desirable to live happily in this world and the liberation beyond that. Mostly people are not interested in liberation. People are so short-sighted. How can I live in this summer nicely? Let me have air condition. Or maybe for a next month or a next year. Very short-sighted. But the Vedas, especially Bhagavad Gita, they give us direction that you can live very happily in this world and even the world beyond, after your death, when you go the next, how you can get the ultimate perfection, not while living, but even after that. And for that, he said, he sent forth the men and demigods at the time of creation with the sacrifices for Vishnu, and blessed them by saying, be thou happy by these sacrifices. So, Krishna said, in the beginning, I sent forth men and demigods with the process of sacrifice, so that sacrifice will bestow upon you everything desirable. Now let's be honest. When we hear sacrifice, what is the first thing come into our head? You have to leave something. You have to give up something. Yeah, is that correct? Yeah, when you say sacrifice, you have to give up something. Anything else?
I won't be able to enjoy because I have to give up.
Your enjoyment will be disturbed. So if I give up, my enjoyment will be disturbed. Okay? Anything else? Yes, Prabhuji?
Sometimes it comes in my mind that what I get after doing this exercise.
Yes. So if I give up, what do I get in the return? What is the guarantee? So what do I get in the return? Okay. So sacrifice, there are various kinds of sacrifices mentioned in the Vedas. This is the Ashwamedha Yajna or Gomedha. So it's a big sacrifices. It is sacrifices. First of all, it requires very qualified priest who can ignite the fire through his chanting. We need that kind of priest, so pure and so qualified that just by his chanting, the fire just appears, not with the matchstick. So if you do the matchstick, that means the priest is not that qualified. Then you require lots and lots of wealth and money. And you require big organizations. Some of the sacrifices, they go for decades, not just a day or a two. those who are from Indian background, sometimes we do a sacrifice in the house, graha pravesh yagya, first time you enter the house, you do little sacrifice. It goes for about 1 and 2 hours, and that also to make sure, our fire or smoke detector doesn't go off. We have some detector here also. So very difficult. But this sacrifice is what Krishna says here. It gives you everything desirable for living happily. Why? Because this sacrifices, it establishes the harmony with all the people around us. Now here it says living happily. Don't you, my dear friends, agree that if you want to live happily, you require a lot of harmony with the people around you? Don't you think so? You cannot live happily if people around you are not happy. If people around you are miserable and you are the only one smiling, can you be happy? So the Vedas, they are very clever. So if you want to be happy, you have to make people around you happy. Then you can naturally become happy. And for that, you might require some sacrifice. You have to give up few things. But that will give you, a real good happiness. So in this yajna, these various yajnas the Vedas recommend, it is all about distribution of wealth and knowledge. As part of this yajna, the person who is doing the yajna is called host or the yajman. Whatever wealth he has, reasonable wealth he has, he distributes to the poor people, to the priest. He donates to an animal shelter, for the cow protection. He plants lots of trees, so the environment is properly protected. And there is lots and lots of discussion on the value of human birth, how we can live this human life in harmony with Lord and all His children. So people get reminded. So through this yajna, the basic purpose or the basic objective is to establish the harmony. And for that harmony, some sacrifice, something you have to give up. Many of you might not know, but when we get married, that is also called sacrifice. Vivaha yajna. That is sacrifice. What do we give up in the Vivaha yajna? Those who are married, what do you give up? Your independence. You all agree? The man says, now I look after you, my wife. And wife says, I'll serve you. So basically you give up your independence. That's your sacrifice. Say, swaha, you're gone. So this is, in every yajna, you have to give up something. But then, what do you get in return? You live together, you have a loving life partner with you. Then the children comes along. Then, you have a nice family atmosphere. Then you live very nicely in the house. And then together, you worship the Lord. So give up little independence. But how much you get in return? So this is the purpose of yajna. So Prabhupada, so are you all here, are we come up with sacrifice means you get something higher in return. It is not just giving, you get a lot of in return. So Prabhupada here mentions that in age of Kali, what is the recommended yajna for us? It is Sankirtan yajna. The other yajnas, they are not possible now. For other kind of yajnas, how much charity we can give up, how much money we have. We are struggling with our finances, our mortgage bill. The cost of living is going higher. how much charity you can afford, how many poor people you can feed, how many, animal shelter, you can build. This is not much we can do. And there are not qualified priests around. And especially in this yajna, you require a pure ghee for the fire. You know how much ghee costs nowadays? Anybody? What is a 1 kilo ghee? How much cost? 10 pound. It's very expensive. So, we are not have enough money or resources to this yajna. But one yajna which everybody can do is Sankirtan yajna. And what is this Sankirtan yajna? It's chanting the holy name of the Lord. We invite everybody, like we are doing today. Right now, we are doing is Sankirtan yajna. We invite anybody and everybody who are interested, come and join us. And we chant the holy name of the Lord together. And what we are sacrificing in this yajna? Your time. Yeah? This is the only precious thing we have right now in this world. Our time. That we give little time and we come together. And then we chant the name of the Lord together. Sankirtan yajna. What do we get in return? Peace, blessing. And in fact, here it is said, Krishna says, you get everything desirable to live happily in this world. So if you chant the name of the Lord, you get everything desirable. And one might say, oh, this is Indian thing or Hindu thing. But no, if you look at every other religion, every religion is saying, in Christianity it says, thou name shall be praised. In Christianity they have the rosary. What do they chant? They chant the name of the Lord. In Islam, there were 108 names of Allah. I don't know if anybody from Islam faith here, so they also have a beads. They chant the name of the Lord. Anybody from Sikh faith? Say, Satnam, the Lord's name is eternal. And if you go to the Gurudwara, what they're doing, they're chanting the name of the Lord. So it is universal thing right now. Every religion, they profess one should chant the name of the Lord. And here Prabhupada gives a reference that Lord Chaitanya, he specifically came to inaugurate this Sankirtan yajna, to invite everybody, please come together and chant the name of the Lord. This is the only yajna recommended in this world. So now we'll come to the topic of this today's class. Today's class is titled Mission Impossible. Have you heard this name before? Mission Impossible? Reminds something? Tom Cruise? Yeah. So we are getting this name, but that movie that we have seen, is there any truth into it? How much percentage of truth is in that movie? 0%. It is all green screen, the stunts are there, but a lot of safety equipments are there. It is all controlled. You say, oh, very good, Mission Impossible. But today we're going to talk about a person who really did Mission Impossible. And who is this person? His Divine Grace, Abhay Charanarvind, Bhakti Vedant Swami Prabhupada. The person who is just behind us here, we did a little, worshipping ceremony for him today morning. He did this Mission Impossible in a true sense. What was the mission he was given? So Prabhupada, just to give a little brief history, he was born in 1896 in the place called Calcutta in India. He was from a very cultured Vaishnava family, very devout cultured family, very refined, cultural values that he was brought up in. His father was a cloth merchant and a very pure devotee of Krishna. And Prabhupada was raised from his childhood in a very devotional atmosphere. He got his degree, and there was a suggestion that by his family members that let us send him to Western University for higher education. I think some of us came in this country for higher education, didn't we? And then some stayed and some went back. So for higher education, you leave your home country and you go to another place for higher education. And why do we do higher education? To get more money, high paying job, or bigger degree so you can do your business or scientific research much better. But ultimately, end goal is more money. His father refused. My son is not going to the Western universities. Why? Because there is not enough opportunity to practice his high cultural values that he is practicing. So he says, money is not really prime goal. And his father in his household, very devotional atmosphere. It is said, Prabhupada used to explain, he says, every other day, his father would invite many saintly persons in their house. He will feed them and he will ask for their blessings. You know what blessings his father would ask for his children? Okay, I ask you a question. If a holy man comes to your house and you are asked, if he says, holy man says, ask me what blessings you need, what will you ask? What blessings would you ask? No blessings? Huh? Because you read Prabhupada Lilamrit, that's why you do. When a holy man comes to our house, I'm speaking from a very ordinary point of view. A person who is not has much cultural values, what would he ask? My dear holy man, I'm having backache. Could you please bless me that I get a good health? Generally, that's what we ask. And if you have good health, what do we ask? Give me some blessings that my business flourishes well. Or my children, they get a good degree in education. Or my son or child is not getting, good matching life partner. Could you please bless them? Or if you are a political person, let my party win the election. All these things we'll ask. But because Prabhupada's father was so highly refined Vaishnava devotee, he would ask all these sadhus that please bless my children, that they become the devotees of Shri Radharani. Not even Krishna. My child becomes devotee of Radharani. And Prabhupada, he so vividly remembers all these interactions. So then Prabhupada, he took his degree, and then, one more point. When Prabhupada was a small child, this in Vedic household, it is very common, you prepare a child's horoscope and said what this child is going to become in the future. So nowadays we do not have that, qualified horoscope makers or readers, but those days they were still very qualified. And this horoscope reader, he said, oh, he's a very extraordinary soul. He said, when he grows up, either he will become a very great industrialist, a very rich person with big business empire, or he will leave this country and he'll establish at least 108 temples all over the world. So his father was very happy. So I'm not interested in money, but I wish my son becomes, establishes these temples all over the world. But parents, they say, oh, sometimes these pandit, they say nice things to get good donations. So they didn't get, So anyway, Prabhupada grew up, and then he got his degree, and he started his business of pharmacy, and he was very successful. He had his own medicine, Dr. Day's ointment, for the painkiller, and he was quite successful. He had a chance to, become a big, pharmacy industrialist. But meantime, one day, his friend, Narendra Dutt, what is Narendra Dutt? Narendra Dutt, yeah? Narendra Malik. Prabhupada's very close friend. He said, that time Prabhupada's name was Abhay. He said, Abhay, there's a nice saintly man has come in Calcutta, and everybody is saying he's a very great devotee. Let's go and meet him. And Prabhupada, he says, no, I have seen so many sadhus, and they're all fake, they're not really that great, Why a sadhu would come in a city? They only come for donation, So he says, I'm not so interested in meet any sadhus anymore. Because Prabhupada has seen sadhu all his life, coming to his house. He says, no, I'm not interested. So this friend says, no, this is not like ordinary sadhu. He's a very great sadhu. You should come and meet. Prabhupada said, no. So this friend, Prabhupada said, he practically dragged me. He said, come, let's meet. If you don't like it, we'll leave the place. So Prabhupada, this is in year 1922. I forgot the date, but it is in year 1922. So both of them, they went to a address called Ulta Danka Junction Road. In a building, there was a terrace on top. And they all climbed up there. And there, a great saint, his name was His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj. His picture, it is there on the wall. If you see Prabhupada's left side, his picture is there. He was surrounded, he was quite effulgent, sitting on a raised seat, and he was talking in a very, a firm voice, and addressing the gathered audience there. And quite a few of them. So Prabhupada, Abhay, and his friend, they entered, and as an etiquette, as soon as you see a holy man, you bow down. So Prabhupada, he bowed down to offer his respects to the sadhu. And while he's on the ground, he hears a loud voice. You are an educated young man. Why don't you preach the message of Lord Chaitanya to the English-speaking world? And Prabhupada, he says, where is his voice coming from? He got up. And lo and behold, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he was addressing him. Because Prabhupada was a very well-educated man, very refined. And Prabhupada said, I didn't even know him. He doesn't know me. And I don't know him and he doesn't know me. But immediately, he gave me the mission for the life. This is his mission. What is his mission? You are an educated young man. Why don't you preach the message of Lord Chaitanya to the English-speaking world? And Prabhupada he said, I was quite shocked. He said, I didn't even, few seconds I'm in there in the association, and he has given me the order for the life. So Prabhupada, that time in 1922, the India was under the British rule. It's a British colony, and there was the movement for the independence was going on under the leadership of Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi. So Prabhupada, very respectfully, he said his reservation. He said, Prabhupada, right now, how can you speak in this English-speaking world while we are still under the subjugation of other power? We should first get the independence. So those days, every young man was like this. So Bhakti-Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he said, the political arrangement will go on and on. Sometimes one political party is in rule, sometimes one empire is in rule. They will come and go. But the devotion or bhakti to the Supreme Lord cannot wait for the political arrangement to change. It should go on. And he quite elaborately, answered Prabhupada's reservation. And Prabhupada, he later revealed that I was very happily defeated by my Guru. Prabhupada accepted him on that day, Srila Bhakti-Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, as his Guru. Now here, my dear friend, it is 1922. India is still a very poor country, political upheaval is going on. And here, he is given a life mission to speak in English-speaking world. How can he do it? Don't you think this is mission impossible? It is actually mission impossible. But Prabhupada was the real hero. He said, I will do it, what my Guru has asked. I'll take up this mission. So it is 1922. And then Prabhupada did come to the Western world. He left India in 1965. How many years since 22? 43 years. So after 43 years, he came to America, United States, all alone. He had 40 rupees in his pocket, which you cannot convert into dollar in America. They don't recognize rupee as the currency to be exchanged. So he had zero money. And he reached America. We'll tell about how his initial days in America. But from 22 to 65, what did Prabhupada do? There's a book written, his book is called titled Lifetime in Preparation by His Holiness Satswarup Das Goswami Maharaj. This is the autobiography of Srila Prabhupada. And very elaborately, Maharaj has written Prabhupada's time spent between 1922 to 65. So Prabhupada was a family man. He had a family, children, he had his business to look after. So he cannot give up those responsibilities. But Prabhupada, every day he said, how can I fulfill this mission? How can I fulfill this mission? So he studied, all the Gaudiya literatures, all the Vedas, they are all in Sanskrit. And Prabhupada's mission was to preach in the English-speaking world. Now in English-speaking world, how many are capable to understand Sanskrit language? Even people from India, even they don't know. Many of you are from India. Do you know Sanskrit? Not even, alphabets we know, what alphabets they are. So first Prabhupada, he made his mission. They will study this highly elevated literatures, very thoroughly, scrutinizingly, will study those literature. And then he decided that the top scripture which will benefit the whole Western world, rather the whole entire world, because the Vedic scriptures are vast, very vast. There's 108 Upanishads, and then there are Puranas, and there are sub-Puranas, it's a vast ocean. So Prabhupada focused on one book called Srimad Bhagavatam. So I must translate this Srimad Bhagavatam into English language. Not only just translate, but give purport to the Sanskrit text which is written there. And in the purport, he would give the full explanation of not just Bhagavatam, but how it references the other Vedic literature. So he studied very thoroughly for 43 years. And then he started translating into the English language. And throughout the night, he would type in his typewriter. Because to print into the books, it has to be scripted, properly scripted. Then you give it to the press. And then the press, they proofread it. It's a big process. So Prabhupada, he did this very impossible task. So he was ready with his manuscripts to be printed. And by this time, it was about 1950-55, and he wanted to publish his first volume. Now, Srimad Bhagavatam, my dear friends, it is a very big book. It has got 12 volumes. And each volume has got, whole Bhagavatam has got 16,000 verses, is that correct? 16,000 verses. 18,000 verses. So Prabhupada, he translated the first volume, and now he wanted to publish it in English language. So you might say, yeah, it's easy. What's the problem in publishing? You go to the press, say, this I want to get it published, and they'll publish you. But in those days, the government has big restriction on the paper. Now, without paper, how can you publish your book? So he had to go to the various government ministries and the officials saying that I want to publish this book. This is for the ultimate benefit of the people, and he has to justify why this paper is good for the people. Paper was available for newspaper, but not for Srimad Bhagavatam. So to really fight for it. And after a lot of hard work, he finally gets some supply of the paper. Then he goes to a company to print it. And Prabhupada, by this time he was retired. He was living in Vrindavan. He's given up his business and everything. He's living in Vrindavan. And the printing press said, it requires some advance payment. How much money you have? Prabhupada said, sorry, I've given up everything. I don't have much money to get you. So not many press people were interested in printing Prabhupada's book. There is one person, Mr. Jain. He said, Prabhupada, I'll print your book. But I'll print some edition. Then you go and sell it. Then whatever money comes, I'll print the next edition. And that's how the things will go on. So Prabhupada, he liked this arrangement. And then Prabhupada, with his Bhagavatam, he needs to be distributed, isn't it? So he would personally go, bookshop to bookshop, to university, asking people to buy this Bhagavatam. And do you all think everybody is interested in reading Srimad Bhagavatam? Everybody is interested in reading newspaper or the novel or some stories. But Bhagavatam? No. But Prabhupada, he never gave up. In fact, he wrote a letter to President of India. He said, this is a great book, please support me. But he didn't get, I think he gets some reply, but not so encouraging. And then Prabhupada, he printed the second volume of Bhagavatam and the third volume of Bhagavatam. And then, by this time he was living in Vrindavan. There are some amazing stories, of how he lived in Vrindavan and how he got really the instructions from Rupa Goswami and our previous acharyas, what to do next. So Prabhupada decided, now I have 3 volumes of Srimad Bhagavatam. Now I can travel to the Western countries and preach the message of Lord Chaitanya. So if you are given a task that you go to a country and preach the message of Lord Chaitanya, what is the first thing you require? A ticket. A ticket to go to the Western country. What else do you require? Money, yeah. And what is the third thing you require? Accommodation. Good. Sponsor. What other thing you require? Visa. Now we are talking about 1965. India is very poor country. And Prabhupada wants to go America. Now why did Prabhupada choose America? Why not Britain or any other European country? Because earlier Prabhupada's godbrothers, 2 of them were sent to Britain for about 2 years. And they hardly made any impact. They failed. So Prabhupada said, if I again go to Britain, and if I fail, he'll be repeating the failure. See, if I have to fail, I'll fail at different country. Look at his resolve, so I'll fail at different country, so I'll go to America. So he is now planning his journey to America. So the first thing, he requires passport. And in those days, the government will not just apply and they'll give you the passport. You have to justify why you need passport. And you have to get Form 5 and Form, so many clearance you require. And then they will get you the passport. So after great difficulty, he acquires the passport. And then he requires visa to America. And for that, he requires a sponsor. He doesn't know any single man or woman from America. He doesn't know. Not like today's, you go to the internet, and then you get some contacts, and then, So he is, doing programs and going to various people's house. And he keeps telling everyone that I desire to go to America. Could you please help me if you know anybody who can sponsor my stay in America? And everybody, they just ignored Prabhupada. A young man, he was not a young man, he was an old man, nearly 70 years of age. And he wants to go to America. For what? For preaching the message of Lord Chaitanya. Why would he do that? So nobody was interested in sponsoring Srila Prabhupada's visa. Nobody. And then, by the time, he said, at least let me apply for the visa. And, he got visa applied and they said, please send your sponsor's details. And Prabhupada said, I don't know while I get the sponsor. But one day, out of nowhere, Prabhupada receives a letter from Mr. Agarwal. He said, my son is in America. He is married to an American lady and he lives there. And I have arranged your stay, your sponsorship in America. Please, this is the letter, you can apply your visa. And Prabhupada was really shocked. Where does this come from? It so happened, Prabhupada, he was doing so many, satsang programs. And one Mr. Agarwal, he was in an audience. He took it very seriously. And, he asked his son, could you please sponsor him? And his son, he was a young man that time in America. Because his father wanted, he did it reluctantly. because his father wanted, but Prabhupada didn't care for that. So now Prabhupada has a passport, now he has got a sponsor, and now he applies for the visa. Even for the visa, he has to get so many government clearance. He is doing all by himself, an old man. For what? For preaching the message of Lord Chaitanya. Not for himself. General people go out for what? For big business, big job, to get more money. He's going, everybody goes out to take something. Prabhupada wants to go out to give the message of the Lord. So now Prabhupada has got visa and passport. What does he need next? A ticket to go to America. And the foreign travel, even today, what to speak of those days, was very expensive travel. Prabhupada had no money. So he was asking people, can anybody sponsor my ticket? Can anybody sponsor my ticket? And nobody was taking Prabhupada's request seriously. And it so happened, Prabhupada once came to Mumbai. Now it is called, those days it was called Bombay. And he met a very wonderful lady. Her name was Sumati Morarji. And she had a shipping company. And she was a very religious lady, a Vaishnava lady. She was following a Pushti Marg way of, worshipping Krishna. And Prabhupada had made, quite good, friendship or relationship with Sumati Morarji. And Prabhupada asked her that you have many ships and many of them go to America. Why don't you give me a free passage on one of your ship? Now this lady, she wanted to give free passage to Prabhupada. For him there was no cost. She is the lady, owner of the entire shipping company. But she said, Prabhupada, you're an old man. Going through a ship to America, it takes more than a month. I don't think you can survive the journey on the ship. And not only that, once you go there, America is a very cold country. Cold in the weather and cold in the heart. You won't survive there. Besides, there is no vegetarian food there. She'd been to America many times. For her, there was no problem. She's a rich lady. She has so many servants around her. You won't survive there. Prabhupada, I strongly suggest you, don't go to America. You won't survive there. Prabhupada said, don't worry. I have my mission, my Guru's mission. I have to go. You don't worry, I'll be very grateful. Please just grant me a passage to America. Says, no. And this Sumati Morarji, she was really well-wisher of Prabhupada. She considered as her father. And she was worried that, if I send Prabhupada, and if he dies there, I'll get the papa, of killing a sadhu that I knew very well he won't survive. So she was very afraid. But this was Prabhupada's only hope. She went many times. She said, no, Prabhupada, I cannot grant you. And then one day Prabhupada, he just sat on the doorstep of Sumati Morarji's office. Said, today either you grant me or I will not leave your office. And then Sumati Morarji saw, so much burning desire, to fulfill the mission of his Gurudev. So Prabhupada, she finally relented that, yes, Prabhupada, I'll get you on my ship. So then she arranged a best ship that she had that time, and the ship was to leave from the Calcutta dock and go to America, to Boston Harbor. And then it was the 13th August 1965, Prabhupada boarded the ship called Jaladuta from Calcutta dock. Prabhupada is going to a biggest mission one has ever taken in the lifetime of the mankind, in the history of mankind. But what was there, Prabhupada, to see him of? Nobody. His only one son, he came to see of Prabhupada. And his son later, he wrote that I was seeing my father for the last time. I didn't know that I'll be able to see him again. He's going to America. In those days, there is no communication. Later comes after 2 months. And he's going to a house sponsored, which we don't know who are they, how they will receive him. But Prabhupada, he left Calcutta dock. Do you want to know what was the luggage of Srila Prabhupada? Only 2 pairs of clothes. And a bag of cereal. Because he was told there is no vegetarian food. So Prabhupada said, at least for some days, I'll have some cereals, I'll survive on them till I find my vegetarian food. And he boarded the ship. And then the ship, went from Calcutta, went to south, and it had a stop in the port of Colombo. And Prabhupada went to Colombo for a day and then came out. Then the ship boarded for some days at port of Cochin. And that's where Prabhupada, he received his big suitcases or the trunks with Srimad Bhagavatam. The book, the main book that he printed, to be distributed in the Western world, Srimad Bhagavatam. Then Prabhupada becomes so happy. He says, now I have got, the thing I require, to do my mission impossible. And then, the ship started from port of Cochin, and it traveled and traveled. And Prabhupada remembers, while he was on the ship, there was a day of Janmashtami. And he celebrated the Janmashtami in middle of the sea. And this was a cargo ship, by the way. Did I mention it was a cargo ship, not a cruise ship? Cargo ship means, it's not a very comfortable ship. But Prabhupada was given a small cabin to stay there. And while he's in the ship, he celebrated his first Janmashtami on the ship. And his journey was not comfortable whatsoever, my dear friend. As soon as the ship was there on the Atlantic Ocean, Prabhupada had his first heart attack in the middle of the ocean. No medical assistance, nothing. Prabhupada used to write diary every single day what he is feeling. And his first heart attack, Prabhupada's energy was completely drained. And Prabhupada used to write every day what he is feeling. But few days, he didn't have any energy. Just on that day, Prabhupada just do a big line just to show I have no energy to write anything today. Then the next day, and then the next day. And somehow Prabhupada recovered. And he had a second heart attack on the sea. A 70-year-old man. And Prabhupada, now is praying to Krishna. Krishna, I am there to fulfill your mission. Now you can do whatever you want to with me. And the Prabhupada, he writes in his diary that I knew if third heart attack will come, he will not survive. It will be the end of him. But he never gave up. He said, Krishna, I am yours. In fact, when he just reached America, he wrote a very wonderful song. And in the song, very wonderful stanzas are there. In one of the stanzas, he says, Krishna, I am yours. I am like a puppet in your hand. You make me dance the way you want to make me dance. And he writes that Krishna, I've come here, this country, and I don't know how they will receive me. But you can make everything possible, like making the mission impossible possible. I'm completely surrendered to you. So then, Prabhupada is having second heart attack, and the captain of the ship, Mr. Pandya, was very, favorable to Prabhupada. He looked after Prabhupada very nicely, the best he can, in the ongoing journey. So Prabhupada had a very uncomfortable journey to America. It took 39 days. In 39 days, 2 severe heart attacks. And throughout the journey, he had seasickness. Anybody knows what is seasickness? Vomiting. Those who have seasickness, they consider it is the most unbearable thing one can have. I remember once His Holiness Radha Swami, he mentioned that once he was in Hawaii and he was taken by his friend on a boat to Hawaii. Is a very nice looking place. So he never had a boat ride, and he went to the boat and he had a seasickness. It was so horrible. And he said, turn the boat. He said, yeah, I'm turning the boat, but it'll take some time to go to the shore. But he says, I was so much in pain, I couldn't tolerate. I wanted to jump off the ship. And I was just about to jump. And he says, no, don't jump, don't jump. There are sharks in the water. Then I said, what shall I do? But at one point, he said, I'll rather be eaten by shark, but I can't tolerate this seasickness. So seasickness is very severe. Anybody had ever seasickness? You have, Mataji, yeah? Okay, so you know what Prabhupada went through. 39 days of seasickness. In a cargo ship, the thunderstorms, 2 heart attacks. This is mission impossible, my dear friends. This is mission impossible. To going to a place where he's never been to. And Prabhupada finally, boarded, kind of deboarded at the Boston harbor. There was nobody to receive him. Prabhupada writes, I don't know whether when I came out, whether I should go left or right. And suddenly a man came. He said, I've been told by this Mr. Agarwal to get you from harbor to the Butler, Pennsylvania. How many of you know this place called Butler, the state of Pennsylvania? It is a very nondescript place in America. Nobody knows where it is. Even Americans don't know where it is. So Prabhupada is going to a very unknown place. So today we just covered Prabhupada's journey, his lifetime in preparation, and then his journey to America. Why we are doing this series today? Because this year, 2026, we are celebrating the 60th anniversary of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Prabhupada arrived in America in 1965, and in 1966, 13th July 1966, he incorporated, that means registered, International Society for Krishna Consciousness in America. So this year, 13th July is very close by. We are celebrating 60th anniversary of ISKCON. But how Prabhupada started everything, this mission impossible. Rejection after rejections, disappointment after disappointments. But Prabhupada never gave up. A real hero to make this impossible task possible. So today, my dear friends, we covered Prabhupada's journey to America. Now, next Sunday, we'll cover how Prabhupada, once he arrived in America, how he started ISKCON. What challenges Prabhupada had once he arrived in America. The life full of excitement, my dear friends. A 70-year-old man, not a young man, 70-year-old, going to a country where nobody is interested in spiritual life, no money, and rejections after rejections, still carried on. And the mission is successful. How do we know? Because one of his mission is right now you are sitting here. It is his mission. Because of Prabhupada, we are all here. Prabhupada was told, when he was a small boy, that he will establish at least 108 temples. So by the time Prabhupada left this world in 1977, there were actually more than 108 temples all over the world. And then Prabhupada's disciples, they carried on, the movement further. And now there are more than 1,200 centers, 1,200 centers all over the world. And there are scholars, dignitaries, politicians. They are all, studying Prabhupada's lifetimes. And even while Prabhupada was there, they got so impressed Prabhupada's, care and his concern and Prabhupada's scholarly, presentation in our country of Britain. So many celebrities, and one of them is the famous Beatle George Harrison. How he got, inspired by Prabhupada and made a kind of revolution in Britain. There are so many other people all around the world, professors, industrialists. Ford car, the biggest car company in the world. His great grandson is a disciple of Prabhupada. When Prabhupada was in America, he got so impressed by Prabhupada, his presentation. And what was presenting Srila Prabhupada? Prabhupada was not giving any a mantra or a secret mantra or a technique so you can become a rich man. What Prabhupada was preaching was, understand the value of human birth. This is a very rare human birth. And you have the opportunity to achieve the ultimate perfection in human birth. By understanding who you are, who is God and your relationship with God. And how you can perfect your life. And those who were sincere, those who really wanted to understand what is the mission of a human birth, they accepted what Prabhupada wanted to say, wanted to give. And then they all, followed Srila Prabhupada. In the end part of purport, Srila Prabhupada writes from Chaitanya Charitamrita that in the Sankirtan movement, those who are really intelligent people, they will take to this Sankirtan movement. So intelligent doesn't mean that you should have a triple PhD or you are very scholarly into your. No, intelligent means understand the value of human birth, how precious it is, how important it is, and how best we can use our human life for our ultimate benefit. These are the real intelligent people. So I stop here. Our Mission Impossible series will continue next Sunday. Next Sunday we'll talk about Srila Prabhupada's stay in America and how he established, how he carried forward. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I have 2 minutes. If anybody has any questions or a comment or something to add. No questions? It's fine. So our Mission Impossible movie will continue. A reality-based Mission Impossible. Yes, Sita. Thank you so much, Shita. That's very kind of you. You really wrapped up very nicely. So please do your little shop, bookshop at the corner. Please do, get Srila Prabhupada. These books are, really, it has potency to change your life. Even if there's so many stories, somebody had a book in their house. It was in the house for 30 years. Nobody even opened it. But that person's grandson opened it. And he became a devotee. So please do take benefit of Srila Prabhupada's book. So thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Now we're going to stand up now and do a kirtan. And after that there'll be a prasadam. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisesha Shanyavadi Pashtata Deshatarine. If you're new to the temple, just ladies on this side and men on this side. And please come to this side, ladies. We're going to dance together. Same with the men. Don't be shy, okay? Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Chaitanya. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Say Shri Krishna Chaitanya Gauranga Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Gauranga Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I'm going to need your help with this one. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Everybody! Hare Krishna! Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Let me hear you! Rama, 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 Rama. Okay, my turn. Here we go. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Your turn. Rama, Rama, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Come on. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Get ready to jump up. And make sure you're sat in a way you can stand. Okay, we can pay obeisances. Why not? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Let's hear you. Hare Krishna. With all your heart. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Okay, get ready. Let's jump. Here we go. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now here we go. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Hari Naam Sankirtan Yajna ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaura Premanande.
His Divine Grace, Abhay Charana Arvind Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki. ISKCON founder Acharya, BPT founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada ki. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhans Parivrajakacarya Stotra Sat Sri Srimad Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki. Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrind ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपिका श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की ब्रज भूमि श्री मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की पुरुषोत्तम श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा मैया की जमुना मैया की भक्ति देवी की तुलसी महारानी की गोलोक प्रेमधन श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की ट्रांसजेंडर प्रसादम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की ऑल ग्लोरीज टू assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय। नमस्ते नरसिंहाय नमस्ते नरसिंहाय प्रह्लादल्हाददायिने हिरण्यकशिपु अक्षः शीलटङ्कनखालये इतो नरसिंह परतो नरसिंह यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंह बहिर्नरसिंह हृदये नरसिंह नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपद्ये तव करकमलवरेणखाम् अद्भुत श्रृंगार दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गम् केशवधृता नरहरिरूप जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे नव कर कमल हरे नखान अद्भुत श्रृंगार दलित हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गम् केशवधृता नरहरिरूप जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय प्रह्लाद महाराज जय प्रह्लाद महाराज प्रह्लाद महाराज जय प्रह्लाद महाराज सर्वविघ्न विनाशक लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की प्रह्लाद महाराज की
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. So on behalf of ISKCON Stoke, we'd like to welcome you all to our Sunday Feast program that we have every Sunday. Just a few announcements. We have a lot of festivals coming up in the next few weeks. So just to let you know, so next Saturday in Liverpool, we are having a very big Rath Yatra festival. As you know, it is now Rath Yatra season. We've already had London Rath Yatra. Today is Leicester Rath Yatra, so some of the devotees have gone there. And next week we have Liverpool Rath Yatra. So it's not so far, but there we'll be having a massive chariot festival. Lord Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra will be pulled in their chariots. And a lot of devotees will be celebrating there. So some of our devotees are also going there. As you remember, some of the Liverpool brahmacharis, they came to our temple and did a huge kirtan. So that will be the kind of festivities they have there, but times 1,000. So if you can make that, then that will be very nice. We are also going. Of course, Radha Mohan Prabhu said, next week we are continuing our series on Srila Prabhupada because we have the 60th anniversary of ISKCON happening in just 2 weeks' time. Srila Prabhupada ki! So in the week coming up to Srila Prabhupada, well, the ISKCON 60th anniversary, we have a lot of festivals that have just come out of nowhere. And they're very rare, very special festivals that are going to be happening. So, I also forgot, next week is our morning program. So as you know, every month we have our Mangal Arati festival to start the morning off with a very, very nice and spiritual way to start off with the devotees. So that'll be starting at 5 a.m. next week on Saturday. And then also there is Liverpool Rath Yatra on that day. So you can choose which one you would try to go to. Some of the devotees are going to both. So if you really think you can drag yourself a both, that would be very much appreciated. Just the same week after that, we have a very, very, very special and rare opportunity. His Grace Shruta Kirti Prabhu, who is one of Srila Prabhupada's very special disciples. There are thousands of Prabhupada disciples across the world, but this disciple of Srila Prabhupada, Shruta Kirti Prabhu, was Srila Prabhupada's own personal secretary. And he served Srila Prabhupada in many, many ways. Wherever Srila Prabhupada was going in the entire world, traveling and bringing Krishna consciousness everywhere, Shruta Kirti Prabhu was by Srila Prabhupada's side. So it's a very, very, very rare opportunity to get the association of such a devotee. And Shruta Kirti Prabhu is coming to Stoke-on-Trent. Shruta Kirti Prabhu ki! So that'll be happening on Wednesday, 8th of July. And the program will be happening from 7:30 onwards. We'll have kirtan, we'll have Srila Prabhupada stories. Prabhuji tells a lot of stories that nobody knows, personal stories of Srila Prabhupada. He's very expert in telling these stories. So please come along if you want to get more in the mood to celebrate Srila Prabhupada this way. And after this, we have an even bigger celebration. We are actually celebrating the 60th anniversary of Srila Prabhupada with a 4-hour kirtan. 4-hour kirtan ki! So if you don't know, we'll probably talk about it next week as well. Srila Prabhupada started this movement in New York. When there was nobody in the movement, barely any devotees, Srila Prabhupada sat under a tree in Tompkins Square Park, and he just started doing kirtan by himself. Nobody was around. And he just started chanting. Some hippies in New York at the time, many hippies were about, some hippies started to join in the kirtan. And before you knew it, hundreds of New Yorkers joined in the kirtan, something they never even saw or heard about before. Hundreds of New Yorkers, they joined in this kirtan that was spontaneous. And this kirtan was so sweet, so special, that they chanted and did kirtan for 3 hours non-stop. And this marked the start of the Hare Krishna movement. Not legally, but spiritually. So to celebrate this achievement, this starting of our movement, we're not doing a 3-hour kirtan festival, we're doing a 4-hour kirtan festival. So for that festival, it's happening at 4 p.m. on the 11th of July, Saturday, from 4 till 8 p.m. And as you know, from our 4-hour kirtan festivals before, they do go over time. We say 4 hours, but they do usually go 5, 6 or more hours. So we'll have kirtan singers from all across the country coming. We'll have non-stop kirtan, we'll have devotees dancing, and we're planning to decorate the temple in a wonderful way to celebrate the 60th anniversary. 60th anniversary, ki! Okay. And the final thing, the day after our 60th anniversary, the festivities do not stop. We have a wonderful devotee who is a monk, Rajabri Hare Prabhu, and he's famous all over the world for giving talks on the mind, how to control the mind, and how to control ourselves. He's a wonderful devotee. He gets invited all across the world. He goes to America, he goes to Russia, he goes to India, he goes to UK, he goes everywhere, because people love to hear him speak about these topics. So out of Prabhu's very busy schedule, he's agreed to come to Stoke-on-Trent as well. So, can you all remember everything we have that week? No? 8th, 11th, and 12th. And if you want to include next week as well, we have 3 more. So it's about 6 or 7 festivals in 1 week. So if you want to have a week of complete bliss, complete Krishna consciousness, of complete bhakti, of complete happiness, please try and make it for everything we have that week. There are some very special programs that honestly do not come in some people's whole lifetimes. So if you want to make it, please do try and make it. We have devotees coming from all across the country. So we will put all this information into our group chat as well, because I'm sure we can't remember everything. I have a notepad because I cannot remember it all. But please do try and attend these festivals. They are very, very, very special. Hare Krishna. Do we? If you would like to volunteer, we also, Liverpool Rath Yatra is happening, but they've asked our temple, Stoke-on-Trent, to be in charge of the cooking seva. So if you would like to help with that cooking seva and distribute and be part of a massive prasadam distribution operation, then please do speak to us and we'll try and get you engaged in some service. All right. New guests. Are there any new guests who are coming to the temple for the first time? I know Ian is. Anyone else? Okay. So, Ian, would you like to introduce yourself to everybody, or?
Yeah, my name's Ian, and I love you guys. First time I've been to a Hare Krishna.
Jai Ho. Haribo. So, to celebrate and honor Ian's first time coming to our temple, Ian, we hope you had a wonderful time. Let's all celebrate Ian coming to the temple with 3 loud Haribol. 3, 2, 1. Haribo! 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 I know you don't live locally, Ian, but we hope sometime you come again. Hare Krishna. Okay, now we have Prasadam. So, Prasadam prayers.
I'm just going to add one small thing. On the 8th of July, His Grace Shruti Kirti Prabhu will be in temple here. Now, what we spoke today in today's 60th anniversary, how Prabhupada lived in America. Shruti Kirti Prabhu is one of the initial devotee who came in touch with Srila Prabhupada. And he saw Srila Prabhupada struggle while he was with him. So it's a very great opportunity. It's one thing to hear, and discuss his Prabhupada. But one thing different when somebody was with Srila Prabhupada and how he established the whole movement, what struggles he had. So he's quite old age now, Shruti Kirti Prabhu, but he was Prabhupada's personal secretary. And he has very mercifully, agreed to come to our temple on Wednesday, 8th of July. So it will be programmed in 7:30. I request all of you, please come. It's not an opportunity. I don't know whether Shruti Kirti Prabhu, will be ever come to Stoke ever again. He travels not much nowadays, but he's agreed to come to Stoke. So if you want to hear Srila Prabhupada's first-hand stories, how it was like when Prabhupada was there, it is part of a history, we won't be able to hear him again. He wrote quite a few books, but to hear from him first-hand, what Prabhupada's struggle was like. So please do come on Wednesday, 8th of July, 7:30. Hare Krishna. Now we'll sing prasadam prayers and then you can go upstairs for prasadam. Mahaprasade Govinde Namo Brahmani Vaishnave Svalpa Punya Vratam Rajan Vishwaso Nevrajayate Sharirar Vidyajar Jadendriya Tahekan जीवे फेले विषय सागरे तार मध्य जीवाति लोभो मासु दुर्मति ताके जेता कठिन संसारे कृष्ण बड़ा दयामय कौरी बार जीव जाय सप्रसादन दिलो भाई शयनामृत पाओ राधा कृष्ण गुण गाओ प्रेमे राखो श्री चैतन्य निताय जय निमाय जय निताय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Shri Radha Gokulanand Mahaprasadam ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hare Hare. Prasadam awaits us on Prasadam Hall in first floor. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.